How are you guys doing today? Are you having a good day? I hope so. I have worked all day and now I am going to make some dinner. I'm in my fiance's apartment and he's been without me for like 2 weeks. And just to be honest, you know, he just doesn't do well mentally when I'm gone for that long. And so the house has gotten pretty messy and he's at work today. He works 12 hours, so he's so good to me. He tries to make it to where when I'm with him, I spend half my time up here with him and half my time with my kids. And then when I'm with him, they're with their dad. And he tries to make it to where I don't have to, you know, spend any money when I'm with him, and he just tries really hard to take care of me. And so I definitely want to take care of him. So I am trying to clean out as much as I can so that I can make dinner tonight. I'm gonna make beef bowls. It's a really good recipe that we got off of HelloFresh, and he's gotten those before. He's done a lot of the different meal subscription like Factor, HelloFresh, probably some other ones too, I just can't think. But I am gonna make that. It has like a mayo sriracha sauce and it's basically beef and rice. So yeah, so that'll be a nice surprise when he gets home. And I'm just gonna do whatever little cleaning that I can. I would do more, honestly, but I also have a job that I've worked 10 hours today already, so there's only so much energy to go around. I mean, working class. How about you billionaires give us a little bit more trickle down and a little less taxes, and then maybe, you know, we'd have more time to clean. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video. I hope it just makes you feel like someone's with you while you do your work for your family or your friends or yourself. Whatever it is that you do, sometimes we just need someone to accompany us. So if you want to just put me on in the background, we can share this journey together. So I just try to get rid of the trash that I see as I go, and I try not to get stressed out about it. If I come across it, I'll throw it away. If I see something that needs to be done, like his hand soap needs to be refilled, and I find some under the sink or whatever, then I'll refill it. Cleaning doesn't have to be stressful, and it doesn't, in fact, it's important that if you clean for your family and your loved ones and yourself, like, don't be stressed. Don't be stressed about it. Do it as an overflow of your love. And if you're busy and you don't have time to do it and you can't afford to bring in help, you know, you just have to do the best. Whoops. I guess that's all it'll take. You just have to do the best that you can with whatever situation you find yourself in, including a messy house. Doing a little bit is better than doing nothing. No use crying over spilt soap. And no use freaking out that, oh my gosh, some got wasted. You know, you gotta let yourself go for those things. You got to not be a perfectionist, because that's not life. That's not realistic. It's never gonna be perfect, y'all. He doesn't even have a clean towel to wipe my hands on. So I'm gonna go figure something out. So I have 5 kids and also my fiance. And it can be really hard to have so many people that need you constantly. But I try to look at it as I'm so lucky that I have these people that need me, and realize that I'm a person too. I can only do as much, and nothing that I do is gonna have a good effect for them at all if I have a bad attitude about it. Like, I've seen people who, they do things, and I've done it. I'm just as guilty. Like, they do things for their family, but they're tired and they're ticked and they're pissed, and their family feels guilty. And sometimes it's a very, legitimate need. Maybe someone has a disability, maybe somebody's really old, really young, just doesn't know, has never been taught, and you don't have the time to slow down and teach them in a way that isn't, high-key abusive, like, you should do it this way and blah blah blah, and in the end you're messing them up, you're messing their brain up. So if you can't calm down, slow down, and teach them patiently and consistently, which I'm gonna admit is still really, really hard for me, having 5 kids, having a full-time job, only having them half the time, like it's very, very stressful, very rare, or I should say it's very rare that I have the time where we could even do something like that. So then again, it all falls on my plate. My point in even talking right now is to point out that whatever you're gonna do, whether you're gonna do the dishes or make dinner or whatever, doing what you can with obviously love in your heart for your family, which is why you're doing it to begin with, is going to mean so much more for the long haul. And what I mean is, like, maybe they're 2 now. Well, when they're 20, they're gonna look back and they're gonna remember mom being loving with them, mom making them food and loving them. Or they're gonna remember feeling like crap every time mom had to cook or had to clean, or, you know, and that's gonna make them feel weird about cooking and cleaning. And it's not teaching them anything except for feeling unstable in their relationship with you, and then also feeling stress around normal daily chores. And then it makes them less likely to do it, or to have some unhealthy fixation on it, like it's never good enough, perfectionism and OCD and stuff like that. I'm not saying OCD is like, I mean, that people say that it's like ADHD, like there's lots of people without ADHD that says they're ADD or whatever, a lot of people without OCD that say they're OCD, you know what I mean. Like just unhealthy obsession tendency, whatever. So anyway, I'm gonna get started rinsing off this rice and putting it in the rice cooker. And I'm gonna try to stay hydrated. That's a big deal. I have not drank nearly enough water today. I need to drink as many of those as I can because I've had, I think, 3 of the Starbucks K-Cup decaf, with one of them had an espresso shot in it. And then I took my lunch break and went to the local McDonald's and got a large iced sugar-free vanilla latte. No, iced coffee, whatever. So, oh, and an apple pie. So that, and I ate for lunch, I ate leftovers. Last night we went to the local Mexican restaurant and picked up arroz con pollo. Sorry, I love to try to say it. So we got 2 orders of that so that he could take it to work today. And I ate my other half, I ate half last night and I ate the other half today for breakfast and lunch. And then I've had like some oatmeal packets, and that's how I've fed myself today. I've had some sneaky little bites of his cotton candy that I got him from Buc-ee's on vacation. And what else? Some Werther's Originals candies that I had randomly on my desk. I had one of those LaCroix limoncellos. They're pretty good. I'm kind of already bored of them. And I'm gonna have a Seagram's Jamaica Me Happy later. Okay, so I need scissors for the rice. Aha, and here they are. Randomly on our little IKEA table that we bought, put together, and don't really hardly ever use. Hopefully we're gonna be out of this apartment soon. Something crazy happened yesterday. So my fiance's oh my gosh, can't even think straight. His car got stolen out of this apartment parking lot. And he had to buy a truck on Carvana. So he did. It got delivered 2 days ago. There's a whole other drama with that. They delayed it. He's been without me for 2 weeks, because I was on vacation, and then my kid's dad went to the Philippines and he wasn't back in time. The kids didn't have anyone to take care of them. I know. Believe me, I wish that I had the money for a good lawyer and I could have my kids full time, but it takes a lot more than people realize to do that, or else I would totally do that. So I'm supposed to rinse this rice until it's clear. But anyway, so I had to stay like extra time with the kids, and also I had them for Memorial Day. So I mean, I would have had to stay that extra day anyway. I really only stayed 1 extra day because their dad wasn't there, and I didn't want them to be left being taken care of by my 17-year-old son. My youngest is 8, and that's just too little to be free ranging, you know. And my 17-year-old is very much a 17-year-old. Even though he's the big brother of a big family, you know, that's not the ideal person to like take care of. Your 8-year-old, your 10-year-old. My 13-year-old, she can just about take care of herself in that kind of situation, and then my other son's 15. So it's really the younger two that I was worried about. Anyway, so I ended up being gone 2 weeks from my fiance. He was without a car. He had to Uber everywhere. You know, it was really bad. Really stinky. Anyway, so he gets a truck. And it's a 2015 Chevy Silverado. And if you know anything about those engines, they have like the V8 that automatically switches to the V4, and it messes with it and makes problems. Okay, so here's one of them in the pot. I need 2 more after this. So anyway, he orders a converter, some little thing like from Amazon that you put in the sorry, bear with me. Second cup. So yeah, it's the little thing that you put in there to make sure that it doesn't keep switching back and forth and cause a problem with the truck. Okay, so it was a problem also with the, I mean, there was just, it was a perfect storm. So the seller had said, that it wasn't available and it hadn't been delivered, and that his money had been refunded. Well, it wasn't refunded. And so Amazon had said it was delivered. Well, anyway, so he was not able to make a complaint and be like, hey, my thing was not delivered. He wasn't able. Anyway, I don't know what's going on. He was calling to check on it yesterday, so maybe it's been resolved. I hope so. Well, anyway, this created something. He is so nervous about this truck because obviously a whole bunch of money is going to be spent on it. Like, it's going to take 7 years to pay for it. It's, you know, it's really sucky. And so he had this thing that he thought might be in his mailbox that would fix it. And he was like scared to be driving it because it could happen at any time. It was right around that mileage where things are going to go wrong, you know, by having that V8 to V4 thing. So anyway, he's like, I need to do it. I need to do it ASAP. Like, he was like crazed with this thought on it. Well, anyway, he went down to the apartment mailboxes and he tried, and I forgot to tell you, so the keys for the mailbox were in the car that was stolen. So he's thinking his converter thing is in here. He's thinking, you know, time is wasting. So he actually tries to break his mailbox open. The neighbors call the police. He needs to go to Walmart to get a pickup. He goes and gets a pickup. He comes back. The police turn their lights on. He gets out. They throw him like against his truck, arrest him, read him his Miranda rights. They ask him, you know, if he had been down there trying to get into the mailboxes, and he said yes. So they call the property manager for where his apartment is, and they ask if they want him put in jail. Well, thankfully, it was a level-headed woman because she listened to his story and she said, no, I don't want to press charges. So they released him. So he literally got handcuffed yesterday. Like, he didn't officially get arrested, but he got handcuffed. That was our day yesterday. So he calls to tell me this. So I'm waiting to hear back, like if I need to go down to the police station and get him, what am I gonna do? And I'm at work, and lo and behold, he shows up and tells me the story to let him go. Such a stressful morning. But then later that night, he said, and he doesn't drink because he used to be an alcoholic. And so he's been really good. Like, he's been sober completely for like a year. And I kind of have an issue with the word sober because, like, you can totally drink even regularly and still not be an alcoholic, still be sober. But for him, it's hard. Like, when he starts drinking, he really, really drinks. Like, he drinks a bunch. And he knows that he has a problem cutting it off, being moderate, and stuff like that. But he was like, I think this day calls for a beer and some wine coolers for me, which I will drink beer too. I don't really like what he drinks. He drinks Michelob Ultra, and it just doesn't taste like anything to me. I love that Kona Wave, I think it's called. That tastes really good to me. And I like just normal Budweiser. I haven't had it in a while. I'm just assuming I would still like it. But anyway. Forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, we got on our little e-scooters and we went down to our local park and we just rode around and we had some drinks. Oh, he also got me one of those Angry Orchard hard ciders that I showed you earlier. So it was a really good night, and we really needed a good night after the day that we had. Thank God we didn't have to spend thousands of dollars bailing him out of jail or whatever the heck they were gonna do. So yeah. Okay, so I've got my 3 cups of rice. And let me see what ChatGPT said to do. Wait, I'm gonna have to stop this. Okay, it says to add 4.5 cups of rice. Let me see if I can get this set up right. So yeah, what we did after we found like some meals that we liked on HelloFresh or whatever, you can go on ChatGPT and just put, okay, give me the recipe to make this. And honestly, the HelloFresh is like, if you keep the cards, okay, 1, you know, it'll have it on there too. But some of their sauces and stuff, they don't really disclose what all's in there. So we just have been searching on ChatGPT the ones that we really liked. 2. I wonder if his rice cooker is going to be big enough to do this much rice. I hope so. 4. Oh, it's going to be like just big enough. And a half. Okay. Put that in here. I kind of feel like I should stir it, so I'm just going to kind of stir it with my hand, just so it doesn't have like a dry bottom. Pegadito, or how you say that. Okay. I know some people like that. I definitely don't. Like, I want it to be all separate. Okay, so we got it in the rice cooker. So I just have to make sure it's plugged in. Okay, and need to find, oh, and of course, the lid is down in here and it is gross. But that's okay. That's what I'm here for. We're going to wash it. Need some hot water for that one. Okay, now we're gonna do cook. And let's go, do your magic, baby. Rice cookers are awesome. Okay guys, now I'm over here and this is the stove top that I'm working with. So I am just going to slowly throw the trash away. Oh yeah, he took me to Olive Garden on Saturday. That was so nice. And just kind of separate like the dishes and clear off a place so that now I can make the ground beef. I need to brown it. So I'm just gonna be, when I'm gone, I'm running stuff to this little trash can over here. This is so funny. He's got these little things of peanuts like randomly around. Another thing he does is like he will use everything in a box and then not throw it away. I'm wondering like what that is about. Like I definitely think he might have some kind of cleaning trauma, because used to whenever I would clean and I wasn't mad at all, he'd be like, are you mad at me? You know, so I don't know if like, I said, did your mom like rage clean or something? Like, why do you think I'm mad when I'm cleaning? Because I'm legitimately not mad. This is mine from today. This is to the electric skillet. Put it in that drawer. And then it just needs like a good wiping off now. I'm gonna put these in the kitchen drawer too. I don't think, they don't seem to be dirty. And I know he uses this toaster a lot, because he loves to make peanut butter toast. Oh, this was for the rice cooker. It says 1 cup, so that would have been good to use. I'm gonna go ahead and wash it because it looks like there's some kind of oil or honey on it. But what I was gonna say, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so he makes himself like a midnight snack sort of a situation with the toaster. Oh, he likes to put peanut butter and honey on it. I don't know if I said that because I lost my train of thought. That's gonna need something more than a wet wipe. Woo-wee. Okay, I'm gonna start with something stronger first, and then we're gonna go to wet wipe. So I don't see any sprays except for this bathroom cleaner, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and use it. And I found an empty bag of this as well. Whoopsie, almost lost ya. I'm gonna go ahead and try to find a home for these things, just so I can fully clean this and make it look good. Okay guys, now for the oven. That's what I'm working with. Sometimes you just gotta use what you have, you know? I hope I hope this is also an encouragement of just how much you can get done in like a small amount of time if you just don't worry about it, don't procrastinate, and just get in there, you know? Oh my goodness, guys. I think there was probably a limit I didn't know about. Oops. My man is such a sweetheart. When he did the Walmart order for this meat, he got me 2 of them to take home and feed my kids. Is that not so sweet? Because where I live, it's like a good grocery store is about 45 minutes away, and so I usually have to go to like a Dollar General, and the price right now for 80% lean ground beef is $7.99 a pound. So he got this at Walmart, which was cheaper. I love how we take care of each other. At this point, tell me you have one of these. Ooh, I don't think he needs to be using this, honestly, because like the plastic is coming off. I actually don't like this at all. I'm gonna put this out, and when he gets home, I'm gonna say, hey, I don't think we need to use this because that's literally gonna get microplastics like in his system. And he had lymphoma as a like 8-year-old, and you know, he just doesn't need to take any chances that, you know, anything that we know wouldn't be good. So I know that he'll agree. I just don't want to throw it away without asking. So all I'm doing right now is browning this ground beef. Oh my gosh, it feels so good to cook off of a newly clean stove. Maybe for something fun while we wait, I will go through like his Walmart haul, and probably a lot of it is stuff I'm going to be using in this. So he got another soy sauce. I did notice there's one in the fridge, so I'm going to go ahead and use that one. I'm going to put this one in the pantry. If I can find room, maybe up here. No? Okay, there we go. There's some room. And this is trash, so I'm going to put it in this trash bag. Here is some mayo. I did notice that he has some in there, but I almost wonder if we should use this because mayo's kind of weird as far as like getting old. I don't want to take any chances. This is teriyaki glaze. It's called Merman's Revenge. We've never gotten this kind, so that's going to be new. These are little single serve protein shots that he gets. They taste horrible, but he works really hard to like build muscle and maintain muscle, so he tries to get in a lot of protein. So he is willing to rough it and have to eat this stuff that doesn't taste good. So I'm gonna put those in here for him. You guys, this is so sweet. These are so expensive, but he buys these for me. Isn't that sweet? Now do you see why I baby him? because he is a good man. So this is expired, so I'm going to throw this away for him. And then he also got this minced garlic. He tries to get organic again to, you know, take as few risks as possible for like getting cancer. And this white sesame seed, that's for this bowl as well. And then he got these two 42-ounce protein core powers in chocolate. And he told me this, he said that they make the vanilla one a little bit more expensive than the chocolate, and probably just because the vanilla people like it better. Anyway, kind of stinks, but he got this one because it's cheaper. Every little bit counts. This definitely needs to be thrown away. So the only thing we needed that he forgot to get was the sriracha, because he thought that we had some, but apparently we don't. Finding a random mess between this counter and the fridge. So I'm gonna throw this stuff away. So I'm gonna see if I can't make some sriracha with like ketchup and hot sauce. I'm gonna ChatGPT it and we'll see. So the step I'm supposed to be doing now just simply says to brown it. So that's what I'm doing. My oldest son messaged me while I was taking out trash off camera. And he said, hey mom, like I just got this tarot reading and these were my cards. That's how he always like comes at me, is with like a random thing. And I'm like, he's never been into tarot. Like I have read tarot just kind of for myself and any kind of friends or family that wanted to, for like, I don't even know how many years. And anyway, you know, he's never really been interested except for to, you know, kind of feel weird about it because we're also Catholic. And, you know, officially that is not okay if you're Catholic. But I see myself as, you know, a spiritual person who is also Catholic. And anyway, whatever, we don't have to get into that. But so I was like, what in the world? How did he go from being low-key creeped out about it to like having a reading? Because to be honest, I have never actually like gone to a person in person and had a reading. So I'm like, what in the world? And it's mainly because I would have to really know and trust another person's energy. Like I don't want people to have that much, you know, influence, like, or access to my energy. But anyway, he's talking to a girl. He's 17, so he's always talking to a girl, like on whatever it is, Snapchat, whatever, like always. And so she gave him this reading, and I was telling him, you know, what those cards meant. And anyway, it was just kind of funny. You just never know. I've been into astrology since I was a child, and my grandmother was really into astrology and taught me things, you know, even as a young person. So I've known that since before he was born. So astrology is like, all my kids know astrology just from our daily life. And so he's always telling me, oh, she's a Cancer, she's a Libra, you know, whatever. So he really only knows that kind of stuff, like sun signs. Like, I wouldn't even know. He knows that you have more than just your sun sign in your chart, but I don't know how much he knows. I think my daughter understands more than anything, like, because she has a Pisces stellium, but she's an Aquarius, and she also has a lot of Taurus. But she understands that even though her sun sign is Aquarius and her ascendant and moon are Taurus, like, she still has this Pisces stellium, which is very influential in her energy. So, I mean, she gets that. And I'd say the other kids aren't really that interested. I have 2 boys that are Saggies, and I have a Gemini. And 3 of my sons, I have 4 sons, and 3 out of 4 have really strong Leo placements. So can you imagine? And everybody except for my daughter has, you know, some strong fire signatures. But her chart is very fixed, and she has, you know, fixed squares and stuff. So I mean, she's definitely a challenging person to get along with, even though she's not a fire sign. It's a lot of fixed energy. So, and imagine Taurus. We've got lots of Taurus, we got lots of Scorpio, we got well, not lots of Aquarius. She is an Aquarius, and she's a, you know, she's a big part of our family. And then we've got lots of Leo. So, and actually my oldest son, his north node is Aquarius. I'm just now remembering. So there's some more. My midheaven's Aquarius. But yeah, so it's really interesting. It's really, it really grows you to have, you know, a big family and have such different energy with everybody. You know, it teaches you things. And since my kids were little, I loved learning about astrology because it made me like, I loved learning about my children's astrology. Up to that point, I was more interested in, like, in mine or potential, you know, menfolk or friends, you know what I mean? Like, that's more what I was interested in. But then once I had my son, my oldest son, who he is Capricorn rising, Leo sun, Virgo moon, you know, he was very, very different from me. I'm a Taurus sun, or I'm a Taurus ascendant, Aries sun, Sagittarius moon. So, you know, I was more fixed, and actually not really. We both have an equal balance of fixed, cardinal, and mutable. That's interesting. Yeah, I just realized that. But, you know, it's like when the energy is different, I liked learning about my kids' energy so I could be a better parent to them and be understanding when differences came up, instead of like, you have to be like me, you have to think like me, you have to choose like me, you know? So that's that. I want this to get good and brown. When me and my fiance first got together and we started cooking together, he likes the meat cooked really, really good, and he wants all of that liquid completely, like, cooked out of there and into the meat. So I have to wait till it's how he likes it. This is what the meat looks like with garlic and ginger, soy sauce, and some soy sauce glaze put in there. Looking good. Well guys, I hope I brought some cheer to your day. I'm gonna get a quick shower before my fiance comes home and we have our dinner. I did make some sriracha sauce that has like mayonnaise. I didn't have sriracha, but I made it with like ketchup, garlic powder, Frank's hot sauce, and then I put a little splash of soy sauce in it. So we're gonna have that. I hope you guys have a good evening, and I'm gonna try to just start making more videos like this just so we can hang out. I see my cabinets open in the back. This is to go on the bowls too. For like a garnish, there's that, and there's this. So I'm gonna get a shower, eat dinner. We're gonna watch George Lopez. And I have to get up at 4 a.m. in the morning because I have to drive 2 hours to where I stay with my kids. I hope you guys have a sweet, wonderful day or night, wherever you're at, and see you soon. Everything's gonna be okay.